Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft. I am struggling with the face cam right now. As soon as I hopped into the draft, I noticed the face cam wasn't here and now it is going wild. So for the games we'll have it, but don't worry, we'll have it back. Yeah, we're back here at the channel or with the Brothers War draft. I think it's draft number like 16, 17 of the format, something like that for us. Um Pretty underwhelming first pack here, to be honest. There's a lot of gold cards and alloy animus I don't really like. Soul Guide Lantern is just a colorless card that can help us delay whatever decision we want to make here. So I think I'm just going to land on Soul Guide Lantern. Sorry I didn't have too much time to explain that. I was trying to figure out my webcam situation, and I will figure it out by the time we get into the first round, but you won't have it for the draft, so sad day, sad day. All right, so now let's see here. Yotian Dissident, Combat Thresher, Scrapwork Cohort. Well, Monday we drafted green-white and it was outstanding. We already have a Soul Guide Lantern to go with it. All three of these, I would love to just take all three of these and forego the next 2 or 3 packs. So, I think Dissident has the highest upside here, but I think Cohort goes in the most decks. So I'm just going to take the Cohort because this could go in any number of decks that we want it to, whereas the Dissonant is very clearly just green-white. So now let's see here. There's Goblin Blast Runner. Goes well with Lantern. We could try to go for Tron and wheel one of these. Falaji Dragon Engine. This is just too expensive in the format, I think. It's not a very good pack. Journeyer's Kite. I mean, I wish this was a format where this card was good, but unfortunately it's not. So I guess Goblin Blast Runner? Oh wait, why did I not see Gurgling Anointer here? I do like myself a Gurgling Anointer. I think it's underwhelmed slightly, but that's not to say this card isn't good. So I have no idea how I missed that. Okay, so if we're thinking maybe like a either blue-black or maybe even black-white kind of draw 2-ish thing. I love myself an Ichor Wellspring. You guys can pry my Ichor Wellsprings and my, what's it called? Energy Refractors out of my cold dead hands. There's some good white cards here as well, but I'm just going to take the Ichor Wellspring. It goes well with Anointer. We could find more ways to draw 2 as well. All right, now we look at Power Stone Fracture, which is probably what I'm going to land on. This pack is not great. There's a Scatter Ray. But, yeah, I think it's just Power Stone Fracture. I mean, I don't really like Scatter Ray either. Okay, now there's a Prison Sentence. This is pretty late for this card. I think I'll take it here and probably look to get into black-white. Gigamole could be okay. Steel and Oil has been fine, but less than impressive for what I originally thought. But I think this is a pretty easy Prison Sentence here. Okay, now there's a Paratrooper, a Vermin, and a Weld. Do we care about milling ourselves? Cohort already does, and we'd love to pick up more cohorts. So maybe Gnawing Vermin? I wouldn't mind playing a Paratrooper either, or an Emergency Weld, but Gnawing Vermin is... it's a good card here. Burnish Tart is way too slow for me. I just don't want to put this card in my deck anymore. Tawnos the Toymaker, no Recommission. Recommission could be fine. And then there's Thraxidemon. I think I'm going to err on the side of taking the 2-drop here. And maybe we wheel one of the other recommissions? Okay, so second Power Stone Fracture and Evolving Wilds came back. I'm going to take the Wilds here. I think that's pretty easy. Now there's Battlefield, or Moment of Defiance. There's also Battlefield Forge if we wanted to try to splash red, which is possible. But I think Moment of Defiance going with the Anointer. And this card is just relatively decent in most decks that play it. So what are we looking for here? I think we're looking for power. I mean, we don't really have a lot of power. We have some uncommons. They don't really work super well together. But we'll find something here. It's still pack 1. Got plenty of time. I feel like black-white's not a bad place to be in the format. Alright, Blitz Automaton, Journeyer's Kite. I'm not playing anything except maybe the Automaton here. Don't think I'm playing anything there. Or here. Ooh, let's do it. Alright, what do we find in pack 2 here then? We find a Hero of the Dunes, which is very good. What does this one do? It is not for this format, unfortunately. I think Hostile Negotiations is, like, fine, but not outstanding. If there was no Hero of the Dunes here, it'd be between Go for the Throat and Hostile Negotiations, and I'd probably still take Go for the Throat. But I think I'm going to take the Hero of the Dunes here. This card is very good. And it's an entire game plan in itself for what we're doing. Why do you have to do this to me? Okay. Now there's a Military Discipline, a Survivor of Corliss, which is good with Hero of the Dunes. There's the Ocean Medic, which is good with Hero of the Dunes, although I don't really think that's worth trying to play this. There is an Emergency Weld, an Infiltrator. I mean, there's a lot of, like, medium cards here. I might just take Emergency Weld. This is the pack where I would love for, like, a Scrapwork Cohort to be in or something like that. I think I'm just going to take Emergency Weld. Now there's no one left behind. There's Infiltrator, Onulet. I mean, maybe Onulet is fine. I haven't put this card in many decks, but like it's a 5-mana 4/4 gain 2 that can come back, gain you 2 more, and hit them for 4. I mean, that seems okay. This one might even wheel though, so I'm gonna take the no one left behind here. We're not getting very lucky. There's a Diabolic Intent, which is good with something like Clay Revenant. It's also good with Gnawing Vermin. It's good with Cohort. But I think I'm going to take a Carrion Locust. Don't really need another Weld. I don't think I want Alter. That's a no. I guess Carrion Locust number 2 and try to kill them with flyers. Nothing else here is really speaking to me. There's a Cindermaw. Are we even white? We've got Prison Sentence and Hero of the Dunes, but we do have a Wilds. Maybe we're black-red. This is by far and away the best card in the pack. Let's take this and see how it goes. Which means last pack I should have taken Excavation Explosion and didn't. Which sucks, obviously. Scrapwork Mutt here. Goblin Blast Runner. Maybe we're just black-red. And we can splash a hero and a Prison Sentence, maybe. Thraxity number 2, Gnawing Vermin number 2. I don't think it's a sibling rivalry kind of black-red deck. I think I'll take the second Gnawing Vermin here. Negotiations came back. Seems fine. Like, I don't think you'd cut this card, would you? Yeah, so I definitely regret taking Locust over Excavation Explosion at this point. But these black-red sack cards are still coming around here, so, I mean, let's hope we find a Bitter Reunion here at some point as well. Would love another, maybe another Evolving Wilds. I guess the 2-drop, this one's too expensive, everything else is not great, so we'll take the 2-drop here. The altar came back anyway, but I doubt we're playing it. We're not playing intervention either. Maybe even that gets back in. Currently have 13 creatures, but again, a whole extra pack here. Whirling Strike, I guess I'll take the Locust here. Oh man. Are you kidding me? Now the question is, are we black-green? Wow. This is the best card in the set. Huh. Alright, I'm going to take it here. Obviously, there's a hero and an Excavation Explosion, and, I mean, there's good cards for us. But I'm going to take Titania's Command, try to go black-green, and try to splash a couple extra things, because Titania's Command is so good. So now we have Butcher, we have Boulder Branch Golem, we have Gaia's Gift, Epic Confrontation, all of which are great. I think I might take the Golem here. Butcher is so good though too. What's our curve looking like? Not bad. With Titania's Command, we obviously want to be filling up with cheaper creatures. I'm going to take the first Golem over the Butcher here, I think. Now there's a Stalwart, which could be good for splashing, because we're probably going to have to be. And there's Mishra, which could be splashed. And maybe that's better. Gosh, man. Maybe we don't play the Hero of the Dunes and the Prison Sentence, and then we splash like a Mishra and a Cindermaw or something like that. Mishra's great. Now there's a War Plow, which I think is what I'm going to take. There's Tower Worker. I'll just take the War Plow as a 2-mana Death Toucher, basically. Alright, now there's an Energy Refractor, but I think I won't take that one here. There's Cradle Clear Cutter, which is good. There's also Carrion Locust, Thraxodemon, and an Emergency Well. We don't need another Locust. There's a Thraxodemon is what we're looking at, but this is kind of like ramp. Doesn't fix us, but it is ramp. I think I'll take the Clear Cutter here. Disfigure, Revenant, Razormaw, Energy Refractor. I'm going to take the Disfigure. Probably not playing these two. But the Refractor is so good for our splashing. Oh, man. This is tough. This is a tough draft here. Getting Titania's Command in pack 4. We don't have a ton of removal here, so I'm going to take the Disfigure and maybe hate my life. Here's a Thraxodemon. Springleaf Drum. Do we need it that bad? I don't think we need it that bad. No fixing here. Is a Blackblade Reforged. Any legendaries? We have Mishra. And that's it? It's probably better than anything else here. I'm not playing... Well, I mean, might have to play one of these two, but... Huh. I mean, it's a creature. I don't know. This is very good with Titania's Command. I don't know if I'm going to play it here, but I guess this is a 3-mana 3/2. This draft was kind of a mess here. It's another Blast Runner. Gosh, man, Titania's Command just threw me for a loop there. That was tough. Alright, so let's see what we have going on in the deck build. Obviously a bit of a mess. So let's see here. We have N Evolving Wilds, and we did not pick up an Energy Refractor. So all that kind of sucks. Okay, so I probably don't need to splash these two. That way I don't need white. And then we're kind of just splashing... What is all this? Okay. That way we can't now unearth this, which sucks. Yeah, that refractor would have been very, very good to get here. We could bring it back with no one left behind, but that's not great. Huh, this is rough. I think I'll get rid of a weld. Possibly just like a Soul Guide Lantern. We don't really have the synergies with that. I guess Gurgling Anointer is a synergy with that. Cindermaw plus Boulder Branch Golem is kind of a nombo. But I'd like to keep basically all of my creatures because of Titania's Command. Which means you'd have to get rid of 2 of these. Probably don't need No One Left Behind. Although, reanimating any of these are pretty good. Powerstone Fracture, what are we sacrificing? Ichor Wellspring. A 1/1. A Mutt. That's about it. Okay, so that's 6 green, 9 black, and 4 red. I don't particularly like it, but all we have to do is cast this once to win. So it might be something. What a disaster of a draft that was. It was very back and forth and rares here, rares there, pulling you this way. Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. So, okay. Well, I'll see you in match number 1. Okay, here we are in round 1. And we'll keep it. Yeah, face cam back. Literal no idea what happened to it. As soon as I started my recording, the application I used just went away and was like, sorry. I'd prefer you not. So, we're back. We're good. Here we are. Well, I'm gonna Thrax Demon, Gurgling Anointer next turn. Scrapwork Mutt can help us start triggering this, along with Moment of Defiance. This technically blocks here. Now, if they attack, I won't block because of prowess. But the Scrapwork Mutt just doesn't even pretend block. So now we can either Cindermaw or Anointer, and I think I'm going to Anointer here. I guess I'll take this combat trick with me then. And if they just sacrifice it, they just sacrifice it. That's fine. Okay, good. So they use their entire turn to do that, which we kind of thought they would do. That's what you do with Burnished Heart. You just take turn 3 and 4 off, but then you're set up for turns 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we can get the Gurgling Anointer trigger by using Moment of Defiance right now. Also, while we don't have Cindermaw on the battlefield, we can gain the life, which would matter. So... let's do this here. Counter on it. Go ahead and mill ourselves because we have the Anointer now. And we'll get in. That's not a way I usually like to use Moment of Defiance. But we do have Cindermaw, which would prevent us from gaining life by ourselves. And we can guarantee the trigger here. And now if this dies, well... they've got overwhelming remorse, so it is what it is, but... well, and that is the disadvantage of putting these kind of cards in your deck. I think I'm going to Hostile Negotiations here. Try to find some green. Get towards this command. It's gonna pick off our vermin, probably. No? Okay. They're just gonna go all out aggro. Alright, so I could turn this up. They're almost always going to give me the face-up pile unless I put Mishra in it. Then they won't give that to me. So if I put this face up, this is a confusing card. If I put this face up, they're going to see Mishra and be like, no thank you. And unfortunately, we have to mill 2 forests doing this either way. If we put this face up, they're probably going to give it to me because it's not an outstanding 3 cards, but it is 3 cards plus Ichor Wellspring. So basically, no matter what, I'm probably just getting this. So maybe if I do this, they're like, oh my gosh, what did they put face down? Could they have something better than Mishra? Let's see. Yeah, I figured there was basically no way I was getting anything but... but that pile. Alright, I'll go Cindermaw and Scrapwork Mutt, discarding Swamp, probably. So we got rid of one of our greens already. Could just do this and kill the infantry. Keep the rest of my creatures here. Could also trade... I'll just do this and kill the infantry. I want to keep the most amount of creatures that I can for when command comes down. But we might just have to start trading off depending on how aggressive they get here. I'm gonna lead on Wellspring, see if I can find a land. Alright, we found the land for next turn. Which means I can now do this. And Thraxodemon. And then now we have to try to hope that we can have all of our board survive to play Titania's command next turn. I don't want to be trading off too much, because we can get all kinds of value by doing this. And if they just attack with that, that's fine. Awesome, they didn't attack with anything. Okay, that's probably okay as well. Alright, do we risk it now and play a Blitz Automaton and a Scrapwork Cohort and do this next turn? Go for mega value here? Let's go for mega value. Obviously a discard spell would just blow us up here, but I think we'll be okay. You just gotta go for it, right? You gotta go big or go home. And we're going big or going home. Come on. Please let me survive. That's okay for now, because we're gonna get like 30 power and toughness on the board next turn. Alright, here we go. Jeez. Do we just swing out? We have to be able to swing out, right? They have to block basically everything. 8 attackers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. So no matter what, 6 is getting through. Which means they could let like a 4/4 through. And then they could have 2. We're at 6. This has trample. Hopefully things are okay. Cross your fingers. Scrapwork Trawler could return something here, which is notable. But that's why we took Titania's command in the last pack there, because this board state is ridiculous. Hope I didn't just blow it by attacking with everything. I don't think a double block is going to work out for you. Alright, they're currently taking a lot. 16. Now they're taking 12. So you can't block like that. Or you can and lose, I guess. Okay. Looks like we got it. They had a way to survive there, but it wasn't looking great for them. Titania's command for the win. This hand seems fine enough. I mean, we have a 2-drop, and we know our deck is not, like, outstanding, so hopefully no rat over there. Clay Revenant. Okay, that's not great either for us. Well, we've got Infiltrator, got Cohort. They've got a great black-red start. Man, they are going to smack us hard here. Okay, so they'll give that flying. It says menace, and it's just so bad on our board right now. I think now we can block the Stone Seeker with the 1/1 and the 1/1 and kill the Courier. We could try to trade with the Acrobat, but they could keep giving it flying. But we have a little ways to... Aww. Never mind. I was going to say we have a little ways to gain life here. But now we don't. So I'm just going to keep sending this to the sky. Every turn now. Whoa. That's a draw. So they lose 4, we gain 4 just by doing this? Okay. Jeez. It's a way to gain some life. What a card. This draft, we're probably going to trophy this draft just because we draw Titania's Command and Mishra every game. Like, if we didn't draw Mishra, we're losing this game so hard. But, hello there, Mishra. Probably block sack here. Yep. Gonna hold the land so that I can discard it with the mutt next turn. Let's see if Mishra survives. Of course not. Now we're kind of done again. They always have it, don't they? So we're not dead if we swing out, because they'd have to have a combat trick as well, which they could have, and we kind of have to race a little bit here, because now they're dead on the backswing. So if they have a combat trick, I mean, currently we can't block, but we're only going to 2, so they need a combat trick here. That'll do it. I think. It's not a combat trick, but it's basically one. Are we officially dead? I don't think we're officially dead just yet, because we can still block the acrobat. But if they give that flying by sacrificing one of these, then they can't kill us. Depends on what their last card is here. They could unearth the combat courier, and maybe that does it? I don't know. I think it might do it if they unearth the combat courier. I think they have lethal here somewhere. See if they can find it. Okay. Can't block. Strongbow can send us to 1, but 1 is not 0. That shouldn't do it. Alright, go to 1. And then kill you. Haha! They didn't have it. Lucky us. Alright, on the draw we will keep. Stop. Okay, well at least we got rid of those two when we need lands, so that's decent enough. I'm not going to block here because this can block eventually somewhere else and kill that. Guess I'll just go here. I'm predicting a ambush paratrooper here. So if they play ambush paratrooper, would I then block? Maybe? Oh, well, if it's ambush paratrooper, okay, we're good. If they block this, we still... Okay, I get it. Oh, they had nothing. Alright. Huh. Well... Okay. We could play Acrobat, which is quite good with Ichor Wellspring here. They might have a counter spell, which isn't great, but it's good with Wellspring. What do they have? Literal nothing. Or nothing they want to use. The Ocean Tactician, that's not great. For us. Okay, we'll sacrifice the Wellspring. Go to damage. Now we have still 4 lands, so we can play probably a Clear Cutter holding up Disfigure. We know they have some sort of instant... No. Yikes. What do we do about that? We play a Warplow next turn and try to block it. So if we blocked both of these, gave it Disfigure, it would be a 3/4. They could then just choose to kill this, not choose to kill that. Could kill the frontliner right now, but that's not great either. Wow, double Tactician, huh? Okay. So we need to do this for sure. I'd like to keep up Disfigure here. Hopefully they don't have a way to give these Tacticians flying. That's probably the end for us if they do. Don't kill the Warplow. We need it. Stop. And they have tricks up. Let's see if they do something about this. I'm sure they will. They've got all kinds of mana and instant speed things here. Here comes the protection. And now they still have 2 Tacticians, and our board went away. Yeah, double Tactician is hard to get through. Stop it. I swear to God. That is what I was worried about. I think that just straight up kills us here. I'm not sure there's anything we could do about that. Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 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 Good for you. You had both Tacticians. Good for you. Alright, we're back, I hope. This maintenance has certainly been throwing a wrench in today's plans, as I need to get these drafts recorded. I'm on a time crunch here, but yeah, I think we're back. Alright, so we've got Gnawing Vermin into Thraxodemon at the very least here, and we'll see where it goes from there. Okay, not awful mills, I suppose. Good draw. Because that means we can at least cast Boulder Branch Golem on 4 if we want to. Okay. And now we have... what's it called, mana? Command mana. Kamana, if you will. Okay, we'll trade Traxodemons. We will trade Thraxodemon Get rid of theirs out of their yard. Ping them for 1. Burnished Heart. Okay. Now I guess the question is, do we play a 3/3 Golem? Oh, okay. That's fine. Or just a Killzone Acrobat. And then next turn we could potentially play a Vermin plus a Golem if we draw a land. And then sacrifice the Vermin, give it flying, give something -1/-1 maybe. We could also potentially draw something like Ichor Wellspring, which would be great. I just like to hesitate playing this on 4 if at all possible. That's fine too. Is it worth getting rid of Gnawing Vermin to play this? I don't think so. I think I'd rather... I don't know what I'd want to get rid of is the thing. So let's first see if they have a response to me attacking. They don't, so... I think we're just so far away from 7 mana here. I'll play this. Get a 3/3 down. I mean, discarding lands with this, like, is probably fine at this point. Although we need 2 more lands for command, but we don't have command, so we don't technically need those lands right now, so... We'll see what they have. Honor Guard. That's a pretty good play against my 4 mana play. Not if I have Defiance, though. Emergency Well, we got a couple creatures we could get. Drawing a black land would be pretty good, so we can go Weld into another Carrion Locust and then put a lot of pressure in the air. Alright, looks like they just kind of didn't really have it. They took a mulligan that game too, which hurts, so sweet. Okay, on the draw with a decent hand, we have removal early. And we can choose our 3-drop, and that's probably what we're going to be removing here. I suppose I could have waited and see if they play something better. But those Blast Runners can really become a problem. Okay, we have both green now for Titania's command. Gonna have to watch out. This causes us to lose life. I prefer not to be trading either of these for a Scrapwork Mutt. Now they have Junkyard Genius, so I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get to a point where this card matters. Okay, I get it. We have green mana. I get it. Guess I'll do this one. I'll trade this for Junkyard Genius, but I won't trade it for Scrapyard Mutt here, so... Okay, that's why we got rid of the Blast Runner when we did. That's a tough one, too. That's a pretty good draw here. I'm gonna try to avoid trading as much as I can, because again, once we're 2 turns away from this, and if next turn we play Blitz Automaton, and maybe a 2-drop, I don't know, if we draw one, we just have to make sure we don't die, because if we can cast this... Gosh, yeah. Okay. They're gonna give their creatures haste. We might just have to trade here. I mean... This thing is essentially a 1-mana 3/2 menace for as long as they want it to be. With Genius, with Flask, with Reunion. Okay, so I won't trade here if that's all they're gonna do. We only have 4 forests in the deck, I think. Drew them all. Alright, well, we'll do this, and then likely play command next turn, and we'll see how much they want to hit us for in the meantime. That's fine. Although they could sacrifice the Flask and Bitter Reunion. Give themselves 4 mountains here. And the power... Oh, the other creature, I see. Okay, so what do we do here? This puts us to 1. They have Menace. So if we let this happen... We go to 1, we play this, we have 6 blockers, they do that again, they have 4 attackers, they all have Menace, and then we die. So we can't let this happen. Which sucks, obviously. We might still not have enough here to survive. They have quite the curve out. This is about our only way. You gain 5 life by doing this, but that doesn't seem great. Okay, can we survive enough to cast a Mishra? The answer is no. Well, that doesn't have haste, but it's very close here. Alright, so they have 5 attackers. If we have 5 blockers, that means we can block 2 of them, so we would die. So we have to do something here. What if we did this? We'd go to 6, we'd double block, we would still die. If they chump this one and go to... Well, they're going to be at 13, so they have to block 2 of these. So they chump. We're at 9. They sacrifice something. And then they give everything +1/+0 menace, then we die. So what if we did this? They have to block 1. They sacrifice something. They have 4 creatures. We have just 2 blockers, so we block 1 of them. We're at 8. We still die. So I think we're just dead. Let's hope they mess up. I guess that's the only way, is if they mess up. Yeah, because that also has Unearth. So, okay, well... all they have to do is Unearth, give Menace. Oh, well that's nice. Are we dead? Yes, we're dead, because these both have Menace. We can't block it, and they drain us for 4. We go to 5. These are unblockable, and that'll do it. So, yeah, we were dead multiple ways there, but... yeah, I mean, Mishra for a Mishra, I suppose, right? Okay, I go first, and yeah, I think I'll keep it. Is it worth playing Vermin on 1 as opposed to guaranteeing Anointer on 3? I think I can hold off on Vermin for a moment. Obviously, I'll draw a land and I'll hate myself for this now, but... there's the land. Alright, we'll do this. Next turn we'll do Anointer. Following turn we'll do Wellspring plus something. Draw the extra card. Okay. And then we'll draw all the lands. So I definitely didn't need... I could have played Vermin on 1 pretty easily here. But hindsight's 20/20, so what you gonna do? Just let the Anointer survive for a turn, please. Okay, good. Oh, hello there. Probably playing Clear Cutter on 3 next turn, which means a 2-drop would be a great draw, so that the following turn we can Titania's Command. Okay. All this is probably fine. Alright, next turn we can command. Even if this gets killed now that we drew a second forest. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of less than fine. It's going to trade for something here, but it's okay, I guess. So now we can do this and still cast command. Right? Yeah. Alright. Guess I didn't need to attack with Vermin there. I could just bounce it. Okay. It does well here against our 4/4s and things. Okay, 2-turn clock though. And if they kill the Anointer, we can get back Killzone Acrobat, which would be great with Ichor Wellspring. My Little Pony. Okay. Didn't know that was an option to have. Getting rid of Fade from History. I guess I should have attacked with the Boulder Branch Golem there too. That was pretty dumb. But they would have just block sacked anyway, so the same result would have happened. This would just be tapped. So actually, I made the great play, and I kept this untapped for us. Okay, they're just digging here, seeing if they can find an answer to our Anointer. The answer is... no. Alright, sweet. Thank you, Titania's command. Alright, we're on the play with Vermin into Infiltrator, into Acrobat, into Negotiations. Seems good to me. Alright, let's take Vermin here. Well, that is bad, folks. We now only have 2 green sources left in the deck. Well, I guess 2 green forests left in the deck. Because there is a, there's an Evolving Wilds in there. Okay. I suppose I don't necessarily need to sacrifice this right now. I could trade the Vermin for the Thopter, which might be worth it, to be honest. I'm not sure we're going to get better value out of the Vermin. Alright, I'll cast Negotiations on their turn. It's a scary one. So if they give us this one, we then cannot cast Titania's Command in this game. So if we give us this, they're probably going to give us... If we turn this face up, they're probably going to give us this pile. If we turn this face up, they're probably going to give us this pile. I don't know what to do there. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, well, let's hope we can find one more green. Do we have another one? Okay, we have... I thought we had 4 green. Looks like we had 5 green. What's in the yard now? Warplow? Vermin? Is it worth getting back a Warplow? It guarantees a turn 6 play for us next turn. It also creates chump fodder for this to be flying every turn. This just could get out of hand very quickly depending on what artifacts they play. Interesting. Could have Koilos Rock. What do they have here? There's the Koilos Rock, yeah. Fine if they want to trade it. I think that's okay with me. And I guess I'll just play a 5/4 Death Touch. And they have a 6/6 Power Stone now. Okay. I mean, we're drawing what we can, it's just we gotta see if they outpower us here at some point. They have Urza in their deck, they probably built around it. Uh-oh. Double Urza. I kinda wanna see him meld. Anybody else wanna see him meld? Even if that means we lose, I wanna see him meld. 4 mana, 4/5 flyer, scry 4. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Three top? That means we probably lose this game now. Well, they have to block something. Probably Spotterthopter on Blitz Automaton. Yeah, that makes the most sense in my opinion. Okay, they go to 6. But remember, they did top 3 cards here, so they're drawing gas. Ooh, and then they find the other 2 cards, and then discard probably a land. So now they have nothing but gas in hand. There's a Wing Commando. And a Foundry Inspector. That is a 5/4. Can we trade this for Foundry Inspector? We probably have to. What are we going to do, just sit back and not do anything with it? Ah, that was a mistake. I should have played Gnawing Vermin and then sacrificed it and then eaten their Foundry Inspector there. That was definitely a mistake. Darn. We'll survive. Okay. They can create copies of the Ichor Wellspring now. That are also 1/1s. That are also 3/3s. Holy engine. Alright, I don't know if we can get past this at this point now. We've kind of used a lot of our resources. Obviously, Titania's command would help a lot. Swamp won't. I guess I'm killing Urza, right? I can get rid of both of them. If they don't have anything here. Ooh. Now I wish I would have kept my creatures around. Because now... Oh, this is the one that pumps. I thought that was the one that pumped. Okay. Why did I think this was the one that pumped? That's the one I needed to kill. Yeah, they just have an unbeatable engine. Even with command in hand now, I don't really see a way to get through this. It's just 6 mana, make a 3/3 draw card every turn. Does this resolve? Okay. Stop with the lands, I'm tired of it. I can't even, I mean... Yeah, they got us on an engine here that we can't disrupt. Maybe they deck themselves, who knows? Probably not. We only have 2 lands left in our deck. Well, we only have 10 cards left in the deck, too, so... Oh, Hulking Metamorph. How nice. Oh, they can't get it back, though. Haha. Instant? Yeah, okay, so I don't... Holy crap. Stop it. We drew a command and, like, 6 lands before and after it. Maybe they deck themselves. They won't deck themselves. Yeah, they pack one, picked one, Urza, Prince of Krug, and went away with it. For sure. So I don't think we can win. Unless they somehow deck themselves first. Which I don't think they will do. Okay, so they can give that Death Touch. They could also just give it Flying. Hit us for 9, and then we just die next turn, so... Yeah, well, the deck wasn't, like, perfect or anything. Well, there's some lifelink, I suppose. I don't know, what are we doing here? If they let one through, we win. Yeah, they didn't let one through. And there's our last land. Well, we were close, maybe-ish, kind of. Blackblade Reforged, you say? Okay, well, yeah, we didn't have removal, they assembled an engine, we couldn't remove their engine. Is what it is. Deck wasn't perfect, but, you know, I'll take a 4 and 3 out of it. It just proves, like, that's how good Titania's commanded. That's the reason I switched into it. It straight up won at least 2, if not 3 of our games. But it also probably train wrecked our draft into losing the 3 games that we did lose because, yeah, so here we are. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.